Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes,
Hey,
50.
Good morning, it's the kid 50 Cent.
Mr. Positivity now.
That's right.
Apologize for making you wait too, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, set up a boxing match between me and Renee. I'm tired of Renee talking to me crazy.
He be talking crazy.
Yeah, he used to talking to these fat ass DJs and program directors like that. And I know we had you waiting, but he gonna come to me talking about why you have my man waiting 45 minutes. Come on, B. Hey, what are you talking about?
It was traffic too. It was traffic coming over.
Yeah, so set up the boxing match.
Okay.
They got to put the gloves on.
He said he ready.
I need 3 minutes.
He be doing a little boxing training too, but you ain't got nothing to worry about.
I need 3 minutes. That's all we need.
Well, first of all, let's wrap up Power now that you're here. Okay, so you put out a lot of different endings. I saw I always watch the show in the beginning on Sunday, like super early in the morning, because I want to make sure I see it, before nighttime, because I always try to go to bed early. So, was that the ending that you had always envisioned, or did you think, well, maybe we should try this?
That was the first plan. Like they had shot like 5 different endings to it, like where everybody actually killing them in a different
Why so many?
situation. Well, it was just because the possibility of it being leaked.
Yeah. Which has happened before.
Yeah. So I was like, we had put that together that we wouldn't allow that to dictate what was going on. But ultimately that led into the one that we used led to the story that you're gonna see that happens in Power Book 2. And that's with Mary J. Blige and Method Man and Wood and a few other people that's in that joint. That's a good cast for that.
Where the hell did Kanan's ghost come from, man? That's the
Oh,
only.
that popped up.
I was like, where did that happen?
Yeah,
and they just be talking to the ghosts like that's normal for them to see ghosts all the time.
Yeah, but you flashback. They got
There
that
was a lot of
flashback
flashback people
component.
that came
That wasn't
back.
no flashback. That was a ghost.
Yeah, like everybody. This was one day. The last 5 episodes was the same day.
Got you.
So this is like when people drift off. They're like, "Yo, they didn't even have a funeral for Ghost." So it's only that he just died today. I know you waited 6 months to see to see the next part of it, but there was no. It happened the same day, like the way the concept of writing it.
And now there's 4 spinoffs.
Yeah, 4 spinoff shows. Power Book 2, the one we're talking about. Power Book 3 is Raising Kanan. Then Goodfellas, because I have the voiceover component. Like Ray Liotta was Sonny's voice. So I'll be playing. You hear my voice during the show at different points of that one, and then
Tommy.
Yeah, time. Well, yeah, it's Influence. That's Lorenz Tate's.
That one episode Lorenz did with his brother and his that made me. I'm
good.
like, I would like to see more of that storyline.
And that one is like House of Cards, like because it starts to get off a little more politics. But you already see what kind of person Congressman Tate is. He'll do whatever you got to do, like on the street side.
And how do you put it out? How do you put it all out on one time, or does one Power Book comes out of this month and this one come out next year? How do you release those?
The what's the name? Power Book 2 will come on right where Power would come on at. So like summer, that'll be there, and then by the next season you'll be seeing Power Book 3, and in that order. So Power Book 4, then Lorenz Tate, and then you'll see the Tommy Show.
Do you own Stars yet?
No, but I'm very invested.
How much equity you got, Fifth? I know you got to have equity in stuff.
Nah, I don't have any equity, but they paying me enough. They paying me enough for me to be happy with it.
I love seeing you talk to white people crazy. Like, I'm not even joking. I just don't know how you get away with it, but I love it.
He always says you and
it was
Trump.
Snoop.
It was you Trump and Snoop with all the
well, I know how Trump get away with it. He white and he rich.
How exactly did you get away? No, but I'm a rapper. I get a chance to use the rapper card when they do. As soon as things go wrong, they go rapper 50 Cent. Between time, they be like hip hop mogul.
Right.
Well, congratulations on your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, by the way.
That was big.
That was fun. Yo, look,
that's dope.
I wasn't anticipating that one. Like
really?
how the award shows, it's usually you nominate it and you see whether you're gonna get it or not. And a lot of the guys that I appreciate don't even have their star yet. They don't have a star on the Walk of Fame. But when they told me they was gonna do it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then it got really exciting when everybody was there.
Yeah, Dr. Dre, Eminem.
Yeah, and Chris Alberg, all these guys that worked with me in my career. And then Mary had hit me to congratulate me, and I was like, yo, I'm nervous. Like, because I
still get nervous, Phil?
Nah, I thought I should have wrote something down. Now that everybody was there, I should have had planned it a little bit. And I'm like, because you don't really get to do that again.
Yeah, because I saw you shout out Michael Blackson. I was like, why the fuck is he shouting out Michael Blackson?
Because-
Michael Blackson didn't have nothing to do with
Now
50's
you know
career.
that was nervous energy. That was nervous completely. I looked. Michael Blackson had on like a big pink suit. I was like, yo, shout out to Michael Blackson. I was all over, I was scattered.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about For
No,
Life.
wait a minute. I want you to clear something up because
What's that?
I don't like when people put misinformation out there. I saw French Montana say that you paid for the star, but once you get nominated, everybody pays for the star. That's what I was always told.
Yeah. But look, I don't know what's wrong with that kid. Like, something's wrong with him. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the drugs. I think it's the drugs. Getting high and just say stuff. Because you don't have to say anything. Like, a lot of times, like, when he's doing all this with his face and stuff, like, nobody said, I wasn't going to say anything. Why is he saying something?
Right. You're not the one that said we got into a fight and a punch. You
Is the
didn't say
rule
that.
that you beat up him outside of a club?
I didn't
it was
beat
a
him up. I
punch.
didn't beat him up. I didn't punch him.
No.
Right, but you didn't start. You didn't say that. It was just somehow somebody said it.
When they saw that little altercation, they put, and the person who posted it said 50 just punched French Montana
Right.
in the face, and I didn't do that. But he makes it look crazy. Like, all the extra stuff made it, just enhanced it.
And what happened with the Bugatti?
Look, they tried to play me, man.
I mean, French's Bugatti. I knew what happened with your Bugatti.
Oh, no.
But you can tell
Look, after I went to Manhattan Motors and we had that problem with Brian and him over there, he puts up the Bugatti talking about, he had toilet paper in his little video, and he's talking about, I gotta be the biggest in New York. Because, like he said, I got the Bugatti first. Gotta be the biggest. And he's talking about, it's the cars that even the same color as the wrong year. The Charlamagne I'm talking about was the 2020 Charlamagne, and he had a.
This is all too rich for
Rich
me.
nigga talking.
No,
I don't
no.
know what
It's all
y'all
too,
talking
like,
about.
I'm
I have no
not,
idea what y'all talking
I don't
about.
know
No,
anything.
but he got an 08. If you buy an 08, man, it's like $700,000 car.
That's still a lot.
It's not, because you could think about it. If you took,
50 Cent is
That's
not.
a lot of money. Sorry,
That's crazy.
it
He's the
is.
executive producer of a hit TV show. It's not like
I mean, to me, that's a lot of money.
yeah, but
Still.
that's not a lot. Like, because if you put $300,000 down, he's still paying like $50,000 a month. So that, as long as he's doing a show per month, he's going to be fine paying for the car. But it's a bad investment because there ain't going to be nowhere for you to get rid of it. Or they was happy to get rid of it to him. Like, they found a dummy that wanted to have the name Bugatti in the yard, because at an 08, what you want with that? Like, that was already the guy's his real car. Like, he was driving it like a regular car now because it's an 08 and it's 2020. And
Didn't French used to work for you back in the day, kind of? Didn't you used to have him doing stuff?
he brought me the tape, but when Khaled was
Khaled's
on
mom or something, yeah.
Khaled's mother was still on tape.
Now,
But look,
50, let's flash back to what you said on Instagram. You said, and I want you to clarify this because we had a whole discussion about what you meant by this statement, right? You said, I feel like I have to achieve what I want in life now. After this, I have to focus. I'm not arguing with anyone anymore. I'll deal with it another way if there's a problem. Now, I thought you meant that if there's a problem, it's not going to be any back and forth on social media. I'm just going to,
punch in the face.
Okay, so
I told you.
I was wrong.
See?
I
I
thought that
told
you
you.
just meant we're going to just talk it out behind the scenes, but you are going to punch somebody in the face.
We just deal with it differently because I feel like they're turning me into a marketing campaign.
Why do you think people trying you now, Fifth?
I don't know.
Because there was a point where I don't think people would try you. Why now?
But I think, they go and they've seen so many other people be recognizable during those periods that they were attempting that. And then I don't even look. I think that, and I was being funny when I said that. I think we could talk it out.
Okay, yeah. You
I'd like to talk to her.
Thank
Depends who it
you.
is.
Emmy and Charlamagne thought you meant I'm going to punch you in the face when I see you.
All
That's
right.
it.
Yeah, that's what I think
And
he
I
meant.
thought he
I
meant.
still think he meant
I
that.
thought he meant, in light of everything that's happened, no more of this back and forth. I'm not even dabbling in that anymore.
Yeah, no, that was me being competitive and competing because the competitive nature of hip hop is there. Like that, is you're gonna compete. You got to compete and create something. It drives you to go write something or go do something right away. It's also records following those things. But when you're not doing that, you looking, you going, why is you picking that? Like if I'm talking to Puffy, I'm talking to Puffy. Your name's not Puffy. Your name's not Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He know how to respond to it. Like even what's the name? His son, Quincy. He's casted in one of the shows.
Okay.
One of your shows?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I casted him, and it ain't got nothing to do with Puffy. His work
Right.
got him in it. He been working, doing his thing.
You
But
like
that's
being
good
the
because
bad guy?
there's no permanent friends and enemies when it comes to business, right?
And that's
no,
brother
it's,
love
and it's
now.
just this is somebody who worked on it. He ain't got like that's not. I would never not work with Puffy's kids or anybody around that. Like if we had an issue between me and him, and we'll talk about it.
Well, that's
You
a
know,
new Fifth because back in the day,
Yeah.
if you stood by somebody, Fifth had a problem. If Fifth was
depends
gunning
who it
at you
is, though.
too.
Nah, look.
Fifth is not gonna
I
catch
do.
Ja
I
Rule's
Kids
do.
are not
Look,
involved.
look at this. Look.
You're not gonna catch
I do
Ja
look
Rule's
and
kids.
go. Nah. Like if you go, nah. Ja Rule kids never in nothing I'm doing.
See?
Look at this.
I
Look at
told
this.
you
Look.
it's particular.
You gotta be consistent, Fifth, with this
Our beef
message.
is not a big. It was a business situation anyway that I was upset about, and then it's like with Justin and them. I kind of liked them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like on their own side, the Christian and them. I saw them one time at a show, and one of the security dudes was like he was like nervous. He was trying to be on point because he saw me there, and I was like, what? I'm not gonna mess with nobody, kids. That's Yayo with that slap
That's
your
Kingdom
kid
that would
type
do that,
thing.
not 50.
Yeah.
Damn Yayo. Well, do you like being
Were
the
you
bad
mad at
guy?
Yayo when you did that back in
Yeah,
the
I
day?
did. Yeah, I was, but in the house.
And
You know what I'm
Not in
saying?
public. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm looking like, what happened? I'm like, yo, boy, you don't know, my eyes would change too. You did something around my
But I
little
like
one.
that about Yayo. Yayo reacts sometimes.
Nah,
He goes too
man, you
far.
can't slap nobody
Yayo
kid, bro.
goes too far. If I tell you the stuff that Yayo called me, ready for war, you'd be like,
Lord
Yayo,
have
please
mercy.
no. Yayo's that person.
But by the way, you can do that if you're willing to deal with the consequences of what comes with that.
Yeah. I mean, but for me, I wouldn't. I'm not the mess with your kid type. I'm not gonna do that because you're not gonna get me to stop after you've done that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going. There's no stop button. Like I would be using all my resources and everything that I can do to just keep kind of like what he did, like what Jimmy did on that. But it just don't. I don't know how do you stop? Like, cause you like what? Like you might as well have waited till you saw me and just did it than to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because there'd be more passion connected to this problem because you touched my baby. You know. Then,
Do you like? I was saying, do you like being the bad guy? Do you still like being the villain? I was
I don't think you have the choice.
No. The reason is I was talking to Renee the other day, right? And we just talking about how a lot of people don't know what you do behind the scenes.
Right.
How you help people, and I mean, you didn't pay people's rent. You didn't help people get out of jail. You didn't supported people's acting careers. You didn't donated to funds. Like you done did so much for people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But they still paint you as the bad guy.
Yeah, because all they remember is the argument. People take note of the things that they're not set for. So if they would have an issue with any type of direct confrontation, they immediately, that impression sets so strong on them that they just focus on that. Like behind the scenes, it's a whole different ballgame, you know. Because I try not to surround myself with people that I have to be defensive around. You know, and that is a defense mechanism. Like anger is a more comfortable feeling to deal with than having your feelings be hurt, or a person did something, you being disappointed in their decision to do certain things. Like, you know, like some of these guys, they're gonna roll with anybody that will embrace them. Like anybody that'll and just be in every circle, period. And I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with that. Like imagine if you say, yo, my man is over here, Charlamagne over here at the West End, I'm gonna go pull up on him. And you go over there and then you run right into somebody who got a problem with you. And you all off balance because you was just going, you went prepared to see
love.
Charlamagne,
Yeah.
not prepared to run into these people. And then you have problems. That's why I don't usually communicate or associate. If a person's on the gate, I kind of put them on the other side. So I don't leave myself vulnerable to that, you know, and that's just.
But you never see that generous side. They never report that. And that's that. Sometimes when people talk about Fifth, they always say, nah, he's this. And I'm like, nah, like he really does a lot.
I'll see what's the name? Like I'll see your book come out and actually want to see what it is.
Yeah.
Right? And check it out and then post it on when another person is looking like, how much you going to pay me to post? I don't care about that like that. Like this is how you interact with people socially. Like I'll record your morning show and commentate with it. So I
Which we
feel like
love, by
I'm
the
here
way.
when I'm talking, I'm doing that. And it just puts it on on social media instead of it being on the air. But I just do that because it's a part of my morning ritual. Like when I get up and going to the gym, I'm listening to
I think a lot of that is the Cancer in you too. Like I'm big on astrological stuff. I'm a Cancer. I think Cancer's got a big heart. But we have that crab outside because it's the hard
and
exterior.
you know, as soon as we get
soft.
uncomfortable, we get quiet.
That's it.
Because it's easier for us to deal with whatever is going on internally. But I get quiet. So when you see me, when I'm the most uncomfortable, I'm not saying anything. You know what I mean? After I've assessed it and I know where I'm at, and then we talking about it, it doesn't really mean as much to me anymore.
But that's dangerous though, because you're processing it.
Yeah.
And once you process it and figure it out, oh boy.
Well, what do you do when you celebrate your wins? Like you have For Life that just came out and it debuted amazing.
For Life
That
is
one-
dope. That's really
That's
dope.
cool. You know, I had that win 2 years ago. I've been working on this one for 2 years.
But now everybody's seen it and you've seen how well it's been received.
Right. But they're going to see all the other projects that I had that was on the line come up now, because the success of that just goes, oh, and it changes everyone's perspective. Like for Stars, I got a first look deal, so they had this. I had to pitch that to them before I went
And they
to
passed
ABC.
on that. Oh, so they said.
So now they see that, and they're like, who did that? Who passed?
Right.
And now they, so now they haven't passed since that project got picked up, and that was like a year or so.
Why did you do that project? What made you really love that project?
Because it's based on a true story.
Yeah, and it was like, it's not like 1 in a million. It's 1-on-1 with Isaac Rice type scenario, So when I saw, I was like, for real, I'm Googling it at the same time while he was talking to me, because I didn't believe that it was needed confirmation of it being true, and I'm like, man, it really happened. I was like, yo, I just started paying people.
He from my hometown.
Yeah.
Monk's Corner, South Carolina. He went to the same high school as me.
I know
Berkeley
your
High
alma mater. Yeah.
Yeah.
His story is that he was in jail.
Yeah, he was.
for a crime.
Well, he was sentenced for 70 years plus life. The first person convicted in New Jersey under the Kingpin statute, but wrongfully convicted, and spent about 7.5 years in jail before becoming a prison rep, studying law, and he represented other inmates in their cases and was writing briefs for other lesser attorneys on the outside that was approached how to approach the cases, and then turned. He created new case law on some of those cases because he was defending people who were also under the Kingpin conviction. And when he came back on appeal, he actually gave back life, but they firmed up the 70 years that he had on his other convictions, and then he worked on that until he got himself out of jail. Like, it was crazy. The district attorney, the police officer that was his arresting officer had progress from being a police officer to being the chief of police at that point. And he broke down, Stan told the truth about what happened, and the district attorney went on a run and killed himself.
Like, how you even learn about that story? Like, I know you got roots in South Carolina. Like, your granddad,
Aiken,
grandma?
South Carolina. Yeah.
Okay.
They're from Aiken, South Carolina. But what's in? But Isaac, he came to me through the Fight Club, through the BX Fight Club with Hov and them. Like, they wanted me to come to the Fight Club, but I couldn't because I had the license in the state of Nevada, because me and Floyd was talking about the TMT thing as he was going to do the 90 days, right? So I wouldn't go because it would ruin the ability to do what me and Floyd was talking about, because they look at those shows like it kills the audience that would go see amateur boxing. This is why nobody's watching Golden Gloves, because they're watching the fights in the yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they ended up legalizing what Isaac did was he got them the paperwork and gave them everything that they would need to have a dark show, like a boxing match that wasn't being televised, because it didn't stipulate that you had to have a ring. So it was legal, like permits, everything was legalized. And then I actually attended the Fight Club. And after that, everybody just came through. You started seeing celebrities rapping and popping out
I
Mention
heard
stuff.
Floyd
Floyd.
on
Yeah, I was about to say the
on
same
Drink
thing.
Champs with
Yeah.
Nori, salute to Nori, and Floyd was like, man, that was my guy.
He said, "You don't
used
know
to
what
come in the
happened."
crib. I used to have the chef cook for him. I show him
Yeah.
mad love. He's like, I don't know what happened.
Nah, that's still my guy. You know, Floyd is
Got
still,
how, Fib? How's that your guy?
it's still my guy.
guy.
He's still my guy. It just, I tell you, look, and he's used to people being codependent around him, right? So he'll do things that are extreme and look at you like, and don't expect you to just accept it because he's Floyd Mayweather. Like, a lot of people around him are waiting for him to feel generous and to just give him something. If you look around, you don't see any friends or anybody that's around him consistently that have success on their own away from him. So when he asked me to do it, I didn't go look upon myself to say, let me participate and be a part of boxing. As a business, it's just not one of those businesses you would like go into. You got 4 fighters making more money than the entire sport, right? So with Floyd's association, you're able to get the televised situations to happen because everybody with the sports, Steven Espinoza at Showtime or people over at HBO would give you, before they decided not to air boxing anymore, would give you those dates, the television dates. Then when he decided he didn't want to do it, I'm like, okay, you don't want to do it. So then buy the fighters. He didn't want to buy the fighters back. So he kept saying, no, just send it to Al. Just send it to Al. Just to Al. I'm like, Al is mad. He think I was just trying to take you away from him. Now you're telling me to just send the contracts to Al? It's just like a 15-year-old kid trying to beat you out some money. And you look at him like, what's wrong with you, champ? Just give me the money. It's right, the money right there. Why you want me to send the contracts to Al? Nah, I keep my contracts and the fighters over here, and just I'll get them the dates because they're already relevant enough fighters. Like everybody that was available that could signed at that point. You know what I'm saying? This is not like the bottom barrel fighters. This is like Bob Arum was a highly supporter of Gamboa. You had Andre Durrell, James Kirkland, Canelo Alvarez. Like these guys are, even if they've lost, these are guys, the fighters, they fought the top fighters in that time period. You know what I mean? So
have you and Khaled spoke? I seen y'all both in Miami. Y'all performed like literally 5 minutes from each other on stage.
Yeah.
No, I wonder if y'all ever had a conversation since Joe is close to both of y'all.
I haven't really had a conversation with him. I seen him one time. Like he's one of the ones I let him go. Like one night we was on a tour with the Locks, and then I just came in the dressing room because I already talked to Jada and them. We already worked on music and stuff like that, and he was back there talking, and he got a good look at my shoes.
What you mean?
Oh, he had his head down.
Got a good look at my shoes when I was talking to him. But
so you did say something to him?
What's up? And I said he ain't.
But y'all just performed on stage like a week ago.
But Joe knows how to balance what's going on. All right, like he knows. So he'll go, yo, you good? Right? Okay, right here. Stay right here. I'm gonna send Khaled on and then get him out of here, and then you come on right quick. All right? Because he'll do that. He knows that if they put up an energy to me, then I'm gonna respond to it. But it's like, no, right there, I'm gonna respond to it. I ain't gonna wait for tomorrow. If you're doing that right there, then let's address it.
Why not just have a conversation though?
But it's easily a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're pursuing it. I don't even have an issue with him. Like,
what year was that? You and Khaled? When you saw him?
It was years, like probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
No, it was Murder. Murder was on a tour with them.
He didn't see his shoes. He saw his stomach when he looked down.
Yeah. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Now, what do you think about the whole Gayle King situation? We see you leave a bunch of comments.
Yeah, I think.
Snoop recently apologized.
Yeah, I had said something like a voiceover when I saw it, and then she's saying that they clip sound bites like ABC and stuff like that. But come on, man! Like even if you put, it's certain things like if it's someone giving you a map of what you should say, what you shouldn't say on the show. You know, like the man just died. His wife and his other siblings. The other siblings are sitting there in mourning of him, and you want to talk about something you could have talked about over the last 10 years? And what? Are we supposed to not feel the way we felt about Kobe Bryant the entire time because you're saying this right now? And for me, I looked and said, why they keep picking African-American men? Harvey Weinstein's a big deal. What about the president? The president got 13 people. You're not going to make that documentary because you know it's not going to mean anything. You're not going to catch a body. It's not going to look like you were so effective that you did this. So it's picking your shots, and it's foul.
Why not make the doc, Fifth?
What?
You should make it.
About the president?
Harvey Weinstein, the president, whoever, any of them white men.
You should put them all there, but I'm not even on the move. Why they on the movement? That's what I'm saying. They're doing it like.
But they did ask Oprah. They said that Harvey wanted to have a talk with her, and she said she would only do it if it was an interview, like a sit-down interview, and he wouldn't do that.
So why wouldn't you do a documentary? And then sit down and interview with the other guys that did it? Can't sit down with Michael Jackson.
No, you can't.
That's real.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... but it tarnishes how you don't know how to look. I literally got into argument with Michael Jackson's fans, where Michael Jackson's daughter was responding to what I was saying, because I was looking, going, I don't know how I'm supposed to really look at this now. Am I supposed to dance when they come on or think about little boys' butts?
Can't say that, man.
No, this is after you watch that documentary.
I
That's
didn't
how you
watch that
feel.
shit.
It's public, but it's public. It's a public
But
conviction
of course, his daughter was upset about that. That's
right.
okay.
But she's upset about Oprah Winfrey and the people who are responsible for the documentary. Not upset with my confusion at that point.
Well, now Oprah did that documentary. Oh, I thought she just
She
did
did
it
the
after.
after show.
Yeah, she did an after
Well,
show.
well,
She didn't do the documentary.
I thought you and Oprah was cool though.
Yeah, I just when they supporting, it seems like they're just supporting washing up the African Americans in that.
That's a very fair assessment.
Yeah, because it doesn't see. I don't see anyone else. Look, she had a spiritual advisor went to jail for some wild, like it's the same thing that he went to jail for, and they never did a documentary or nothing on that. Huh?
Oh yeah. The spiritual healer that was sentenced to 19 years for sex crimes. I forgot his name though.
Yeah, but that's just somebody who's personally with her. She interviewing him, somebody she's talking to. How you missed that?
Well, somebody got to interview her and ask her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it's just, but
I
he's
think
not African American.
You do have to hold people accountable.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
It's not as easy of a victim. Like if a person where your strongest point of influence is, that when she says something, we would look at it and then go, oh yeah, I see what you're saying, and kind of embrace it, right? Because look at our culture, hip hop. You see when you see all of the diamonds and everything it is, it's aspirational lifestyle. Like they want to live the highest level possible. They want to push those limits. They want the nicest cars. They want the nicest home. I don't think I like someone who doesn't want nice things for themselves. You know, if you don't want anything, then that's what my son's mom. The issue what I told you with them, she didn't want to do anything. And then if I would have felt like I was wrong, and maybe I messed up and I need to try and fix something, if she did something later, but she didn't do anything. So it just was confirmation of me being correct at that point.
I don't know how we got here, but I know when 50 don't want to talk about something, he'll go to something else.
I do. I learned how to do that too. Look. I give you something else that you might want to be.
That you might want to ask about. Yeah, I get it.
Did you call Eminem and tell Eminem don't go back in Nick Cannon? Did y'all have a conversation?
I did.
What was that conversation like?
I was like, yo, ain't nothing there. Like, you know, because he'll get hype and go, what? Like you said something like you challenging him in that way because he comes from that format, the battle format. Like they actually put him in a space where he's the most comfortable when they're attacking him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when they stand in front of you and well, you're the focus and topic, so they find things about you and do write creative things and put it together. Like that's where he's comfortable.
He's giving me about 6 bars.
Yeah, he's good go.
Nick Cannon did that song "Used to Look Up to You," and he said that was about you.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you
never-
want that. I don't
I
know
would
if you want
never-
that problem rapping with Nick Cannon, Phil.
I would never respond to Nick Cannon. Never. Listen, look. Now look. The camera's on, right? He's legendary corny. He's been corny forever, like from the very beginning. I thought at one point he was headed somewhere that was like in the Will Smith-ish kind of because it was comedy stuff like that, and then it just never got to its destination. Like it just never got cool. Like
Would you
He's a
cast
good
him,
businessman,
Would you cast
though.
him in a Power Book? Anyone?
yeah,
else?
if he did a good job, and he did
Okay.
great in Drumline.
Drumline was dope.
He did good in that. Like I believed him as a drummer.
See, the thing with Nick, that Nick is a great businessman. He just the only thing that makes him look corny is his rapping.
Yeah, I don't know why he's so passionate about it. Like he's, what the hell's going on, bro? Look, you suck, bro. You suck, bro. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Like, there's never a moment where you said something and we was like, ooh, bars.
Have you ever spoken to Nick? I mean, I know you spoke to him in
Yeah,
person, but I'm
I
talking about since all of this stuff been going on.
Nah, I haven't. Like, and look, I look at it like he's trying to build energy for a show, the talk show and the radio show stuff.
Right, because he wanted you to come on Wildin' Out,
Right,
and
then,
that was a perfect bait for that to happen.
yeah. So I wouldn't like just punch him in the face if I saw him. Like,
Yeah.
talk to, because I know what that is. I know what you're trying to do with that. You know?
You do it all the time. Can 50 Cent do something without stirring up waters to catch fish? Do you have to always stir up water?
No. Look, when I said look at Taraji, I told Taraji I want to work with her when you see the numbers come back. Because I never had, every time when I spoke to you, I sat right here on the show and I said, I don't have a problem with Taraji or Terrence. But the executives did steal from the marketing and the power. And that's what I meant then. Like, I never had no issue. The shows weren't on the air at the same time.
Right.
I was attaching myself to them through the argument in order to be connected to that marketing budget Fox was going to spend. You see the difference in ABC launch, right? You can't even watch the Oscars without watching this.
Right.
My favorite part of the Oscars was the commercials.
And I love that you got Joy Bryant on the show. She was in Get Rich or Die Trying as your girlfriend.
Got to bring her back.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, Joy, and she's
Why
talented.
you blushing?
Because it's fun.
Oh.
So I'm having a moment here. Jesus Christ.
I love Joy.
I'm going to tell people you're not allowed to smile on this morning. Charlamagne's watching you. Damn.
But that must be nice to have her back. Was that your call? Like, we got to get Joy on this, or was
Yeah,
it?
I wanted her to be on the show because she's talented. Like, because I had a chance to work with her and kind of see her material then, and then she advanced. She did all kind of stuff since then. You know, so it was cool to have people that I know that my audience knows.
Right.
On the actual show, because look, even the lead, Nicholas Pennick, he's dope, but like they know him as maybe Leon from Top Boy. They don't really know a lot of his body of work, so they'll watch the show and be blown away by it. But he's intense. Like, he's really talented. Like, I haven't even seen this guy reading sides. Like, they put the information in so much earlier when they're like theater trained actors. So, you know, like they come so prepared and they're like, what scene is it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Like, already know the scenes so far in it. It's crazy.
Are you on set while all these shows are filming? Like, how do you?
I pop in.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I just pop in and just see what's going on. That's why you see me post. I stop by the writer rooms when they're in there. It's like 12 writers are putting thoughts together to create what happens in each one of the episodes and stuff like that. And they break them up and give each one of the writers their own episode to be the lead on, but have everyone participate and try and come up with ideas for it. And it's going pretty good. You know, like, I haven't had one that really wasn't a number one. Outside of the...
Saw Cube big you up the other day. That was
big.
Cube, yeah.
That was big. I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm a Friday fan. I watched all of his Boys in the Hood, all that stuff. So at that point, it took so long for you to see someone that was representation of us in it, that those projects resonate to me way stronger. Because it's like now I get a chance I look through the different apps, like while watching Wu-Tang on Hulu or Godfather Harlem with
Switch and Forrest.
Epic.
Forrest, and those projects, like I watch them. It's becoming cooler, like, it's because space is opening.
Euphoria with Drake.
Yeah. To see these different things. Did he have something to do with Top Boy, right?
Top Boy, yeah.
I want to ask you about Taraji. I want to go back to that because on T.I.'s podcast, Expeditiously, she accused you of what you accusing Oprah of. She said you only go at black people.
No, she's misinterpreting me. Like, I understand, because look, I felt like that was a delayed response to the things that I was saying about Empire, and I didn't destroy that show. That show destroyed itself. To look at your cast members, what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, they created a mockery wanting to be bigger.
Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He made a mess of that, and then you look and you say, did I call everybody and say don't watch Fox? You know, irony of it is she's sitting talking to Tip when Tip is already signed on to the project that Fox bought for me to replace it.
Damn.
The Notorious C.O.P.
That's about the Hip Hop Police?
Yep, Derek Parker wrote the book. You know, they adapted it and did some things.
You should talk to Mano. Mano had a good idea about the Hip Hop Police TV show a long time ago. You should talk to Mano about that.
That's because they bought the book and they adapted it from the writers. Kind of used the book as the outline for it. It came out pretty good, and it's pretty accurate. It's a guy who wanted to be a hip hop artist that, you know, had that. So he had that passion and would actually participate in following the culture.
I think he came up here one time too.
Yeah, for different reasons. Like, he's not just doing it. He happens to be a cop, but it's like Ari in CNBC. No,
MSNBC, yeah.
MSNBC.
Oh, Ari Melvin.
Ari, he loves our culture. Like, I'd rather talk to him than anybody else on them platforms, because at least he's aware of.
He understands.
Yeah, of things that's going on.
Do you have a good relationship with the Hip Hop Police?
No. Well, I'm the lead suspect in the beginning of that book. Like, I'm at the center of the cover of it.
How ironic is that? And now you have a show.
Yeah. Now I'll make that book a show.
I wonder why that is, though. Why were you, like, because, you know, New York's been around for so long, rappers in New York been around for so long. Were you really, like, I guess the only guy that came from the street that was really doing the shit he was saying.
Well, it was connected to even more because I was getting into altercations with guys that are only street.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
my prime issues with Jimmy Henchman and the World at different points. So those things were like these are lists of people that you do not want on your list of people that you have problems with because they had a track record. You could probably put 30 bodies, 40 bodies under those banners. So when I'm having an issue with them, I'm on their radar even further.
Right.
And it's like whether they're comfortable with it or they're investigating from a perspective of that I may actually be utilizing my finances to
Fun street shit.
right, to fund the street activity that's going on, or them investigating that these guys are gonna do something to me.
Right.
That's why you don't give a fuck about rappers or this industry because you
That-
had
none
real
of that,
issues.
and that matters. I always look at it like this: are you serious? I'm always looking to see if he's serious, because I'll show them some shit that they haven't seen. Like I had to have altercations with people that are far more extreme than these guys. You see what I'm saying? That's why Russell Simmons always looks at it and he goes, "Are you enlightened?" Like he said some crazy shit. Like he said some wild stuff to me because he goes, "Yo, I watched you like do some crazy stuff." Like when he's saying when you're arguing, like even with Floyd, you say you're talking to the best fighter. Like he's not saying this to a punk, a guy that doesn't have resources that would not be able to do something if he was trying to. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not picking people who pick fights with people who don't want to fight. Those are punks. Like there's a punks. Meek Mills. When I ran into him finally, he said, "Yo, come here. Let me talk to you. I need to talk to you like a man on the side." Put me to the side, and he was talking. And I was looking at him, and I wanted to punch him. The stuff that he said, I wanted to punch him, and I didn't. I just looked at him, and I was like, "Yo, I don't understand why you felt like that." You see what I'm saying? Because he was like, he's a battle artist. That's where you come from. So when he says something to Drake and then doesn't respond, and Drake says something back, I'm going, what happened? I was waiting for you to, like, he was coming into your den with that, and then you didn't say nothing back. And he was like, he felt like I was kicking him when he was down because of how he felt with, you know, Drake, the momentum that Drake had.
But it was, I understand how you felt because I felt the same way. It was disappointment from a hip hop fan.
Right,
I
'cause
thought Meek was about to eat him up. Yeah,
get busy. Like, and that's what he do anyway from the beginning, you know, and then.
You had to respect him for saying, let's talk to the side, though,
That's
right?
why, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it never turned into anything.
Now I seen you was on Nicki's show, and you talked about signing Nicki.
Yeah.
You said it was because of Fendi. What was the reason because of Fendi? You just didn't like Fendi?
Yeah, Fendi was like to me, Fendi was like a con artist, con man, super street. Like that's his aura was back then.
Right.
Like, he cleaned it all the way up. Like he became business, like he grown out of that stuff. But before that, he was like in the mix, and he'd be someone that's just there, that's just looking, and then things will happen. And then I'll be like, only thing I remember is you was just sitting there looking like, I'm like, yo, he had something to do with
He had
that.
something to do, right.
Like all the time I would have that energy, and this is from early on. And then when I saw it in the beginning when Fendi was doing it, I saw it as, oh, that's just his thing. So I didn't go looking to get it at that point. And then it probably would have been different if someone else had it. Like I would have went after it because I could see the talent. I could see what she could do.
I wanted to hear you and Nicki have a conversation about the fact that you had all of these labels in New York, all these executives in New York, and they let you and Nicki Minaj get signed by outside talent.
Yeah, but with everybody from out of town is flying in to talk to their label. Now that it's a little different because you don't really need them as much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but back then, you had to kind of make it to the systems that had the marketing dollars and the money to spend on it to position it the right way. But like now, look, Atlantic still killing. They got a lot of them artists signed over there. You know, so shout out to Craig Common.
When y'all was bubbling like in the street, nobody in New York even was like, man, I know what Irv them talking about, but fuck that, I gotta sign this guy.
They would. Puff would tell you that I was writing music for Puff at that point, and he'd go, just too much. I already know what that is. I've been down that road. Like, he was trying to avoid that kind of energy,
the
street
Biggie
energy.
Shine shit. Yeah.
And he had already been through enough of that, you know. So he was like, I'm not gonna do that. And it's cool. Then when it went off, he was like, I knew it was gonna work.
I knew it was gonna work.
I just didn't, you know what I mean? Like, just didn't want to do that.
When you see Mace complaining about his Diddy contract, and you tried to do dealings with that whole situation. What do you think?
Well, I'm in the middle on that because Mace will tell you he's coming back, get a check, and then break out.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's done that to Puff. Points,
Twice.
Yeah. So, what Puff do to him now is, I think it's just him doing what he would do in business after you've done that multiple times.
Because he owe Puff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that, I don't think he probably won't feel like he owe him nothing because he's like, "What? You crazy? I did this and that." Mace is funny. Like when he had him on the tour, he's a character for real. Like if anybody who know him, like I like whichever way was going on with him, I'm entertained by it, regardlessly. And then he's gonna repeat it. If it was so bad, then why would he do it to someone else? Like he's doing the same thing with the Fabio
What's the kid
kid.
name? Yeah. What's the name? Fabio? The guy with the drip song.
Oh yeah, Fabio.
Yeah, I heard he signed him for like $5,000 or something crazy.
Yeah, it's early, when they ain't got nothing going. But then that's a big bet though, because you're giving $5,000 to a kid that may not even be back in the recording studio. May decide to just go in the street and roll with the gang you with. So when it turns into that, it's a blessing for for Fabio, and just keep working, keep writing, keep doing what you gotta do, because our culture is out with the old and with the new. It's not a lot of things that been here the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody come and go.
You got a new book coming out too, right?
Yeah, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter.
Hustle Smarter.
What have you learned since the 50th Law was released that you built upon with this book?
I kind of avoid, like the 50th Law was about some of like really my experiences, like the tactics and stuff that I would use and do, but Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, it's a little more in the self-help side of things, and it's from my voice through my voice this time, so it's pretty cool. I mean, people might enjoy it.
All right.
Well, 50 Cent is here. I want to say thank you again. Anytime I do anything you support, whether it's my car show or whatever business things I need done, you help me out. And I just want to say thank you. A lot of people don't say thank you. I want to say thank you. And how many cars we get for this year's car show?
We're gonna get something new. We're gonna get something new because they be acting like I ain't out here. I'm out here.
All right. It's 50 Cent. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.